Okay, so today we're going to talk about Activision Tennis. This game was developed by Alan Miller in 1981, and it uses the joystick controller, and we're going to use our wireless joystick controller. All right, let's take a look inside. All right, we've got our tennis cartridge, and we've got our game manual here, and looks like a catalog of Activision games, right? And this is like a certificate, uh, limited 1 year warranty. So I guess the warranty's up. But here's our game cartridge. The label's in pretty good shape, right? Not bad. We don't need to get a replacement label. This works well. I've tested it already. All right. This is 1 or 2 player. And this is our instruction book. Here is Alan Miller, right? He's developed many games for Activision, right? So it's a 3-panel pullout. Right, and it's on the back here, just the Activision branding. So this game is going to be more, this video is going to be more of a review than a strategy. So I find this game very difficult. It's not that easy to win. It's a lot of side to side, up and down movement. So we're going to do the best we could, but it's going to be more of a game review than a strategy. But I do have a few points that may help you win. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I am the orange player and the computer is the blue player. And what I try to do is move diagonal. I try to stay back in the net so I can defend more of an area. If I'm going to rush the net, I just try to get back, and I move diagonally to try and use the angles, like the sides, so that, to make him miss. I think this game is reasonable in terms of scoring on him, but like defending, it seems to be much more difficult. So at least for me, so I need to work more on my defense. If I could have a better defense, then I could probably win the game. And I think it's like 6 matches. I'm not a expert in tennis, but I think it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, and that's like match 1, and it's like 6. But I'm not really sure what happens if it's like 3-3. Maybe it's a tie. Anyway, Atari came out with this game and a lot of the other sports games because they saw, I guess, a gap in sports games. There was no tennis at the time, 1981 for Atari, so they came out with this, just like the boxing, the ice hockey, the skiing. And it was really good because they filled a gap that Atari didn't have. Later on, they came out with real sports tennis and real sports boxing, but I don't think they released another Atari hockey game. So it was good that Activision was filling in the gaps and, working on sports games, especially if they were 1 or 2 player where you don't need to have someone there. And this is kind of a step up because the original video games of tennis were really just Pong, just two bars with a little dot in the middle. So this is kind of an upgrade. So at the time, 1981, this was kind of a big deal. This looked like a real tennis game with the green and a canvas, a court. So I think this was really a step up, and a lot of people were excited. And it feels kind of natural. It feels, when you're hitting the ball, it just feels very smooth. It's not like a Pong game. So I think this was a really good developed game. And like I said, I think this is one of the more difficult games. But I think if you practice defense, you could definitely score on him. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thanks for watching.